afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Compliments of the season, I am Laure Bala Hassan. Supervising Minister of Information, Dr. Nuruddin Mohammed, says the major achievements Nigeria recorded in the year 2014 should leave no one in doubt about President Goodluck Jonathan's resolve towards ensuring progress in the country. The minister was speaking at an end-of-year World Press Conference in Abuja. Correspondent Anthony Forson reports.
Indivisible nation and the real size of our economy and its potential was acknowledged globally. We also faced an unprecedented public health emergency following the importation of the Ebola virus disease into Nigeria by the late Liberian-American Mr. Patrick Swart. But Nigeria and Nigerians triumphed over Ebola. Regrettably, terrorism and insurgency have remained a challenge.
In the meantime, President Goodluck Jonathan has again assured Nigerians that his administration will continue to give its utmost best in the service of the country with the fear of God, even in the face of challenges confronting the country. The president gave the assurance while receiving a delegation from Bayelsa State who paid him a solidarity visit at the presidential villa. State House correspondent Shegun Laoli reports.
I'll do my best to make sure that we do things with the fear of God, try to create an enabling environment for our economy to thrive, irrespective of the challenges we're having in petroleum prices and challenges, the security challenges we have. Continue to do my best so that at the time I will leave here, we will say, yes, when our son was there, he served the country well. And so that one day, another son of Bayelsa will be given the opportunity that have been given by all Nigerians.
And it's important that we also tell Nigerians that we appreciate everything that they have done and the support and solidarity that we expect and hope and plead that they continue to show to our president and our party next year, 2015.
Nigeria has a special mission for Africa and the black race. And through the current president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, that mission is being accomplished through the transformation agenda.
We earlier told you that Supervising Minister of Information, Dr. Nuruddin Mohammed, says the major achievements Nigeria recorded in the year 2014 should leave no one in doubt about President Goodluck Jonathan's resolve towards ensuring progress in the country. The minister was speaking at an end-of-year World Conference in Abuja. Correspondent Anthony Forson reports.
Nuruddin Mohammed said there is no doubt that the year 2014 was a momentous year for the country. Terrorism and insurgency has equally remained a challenge that is being fought from all fronts.
The painful kidnapping of Chibok schoolgirls readily comes to mind. However, the federal government has taken a number of measures to contain and defeat terror in this respect.
The year 2014 has bright spots, which points to a brighter future. On the economic front, despite the fall in oil price, the minister said the nation's economic managers are on the alert. Hence, no cause for alarm. With huge investments into the Nigerian economy, Dangote's $9 billion investment into the oil sector is indeed worthy of mention. Cutting down on importation of sugar and a 220 billion naira to service micro, small and medium enterprises is a clear demonstration of federal government's determination to build a robust economy.
In addition to the foregoing, the clean-up of the banking sector has been well handled. All banks are now fully capitalized.
While the success story of the agri sector is being celebrated, the new automotive policy is designed to look inwards, hence the return of Volkswagen and the support given to Innocent Motors in Inewi. Measures taken by the federal government to address housing deficit is on course, while access to potable water by Nigerians under President Jonathan rose from 58% to 70%. Power has equally enjoyed an enabling environment to thrive with the injection of private players in the sector. The minister said infrastructure, railways and other critical sectors have received a boost in the year under review. Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information, Dr. Folashade Yemi-Eson, Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, Shola Omole, as well as Director General, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Ladan Salihu, and representative of the Director General, Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, all made their submissions by responding to some of the questions posed at the briefing. To this end, the minister summed his briefing by charging media practitioners to uphold high standard of professionalism during and after the elections and to ensure that they give no room to will-be troublemakers because Nigeria, he said, is greater than any one individual. In Abuja, Anthony Fossey, NTA News.
Some political pressure groups, including supporters of the former Vice President and former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Usman Bayero Nafada, have been amalgamated in PDP to support the party in Gombe State for 2015 race. Correspondent Usman Aliu completes the reports.
In all, 23 political pressure groups, other associations including Women, Northeast Youth Integrity Group for Atiku 2015, Bayero Network, Konkosia Group in Gombe, openly declared support to PDP. Leader of Atiku Support Group in Gombe, Babauro Barambu, surrendered their membership cards of APC, saying they joined PDP in view of Dankombo's purposeful administration. Representatives of other groups equally renewed faith in their new political party. Gombe State Chairman of the PDP, Shuaibu Baba Sabulu, said those breed of politicians who joined the party demonstrate remarkable success for 2015 race. Gombe State Governor Ibrahim Hassan Dangombo promised to carry everyone along, saying his administration will continue its human and economic development projects in the state if given another mandate. He further explained of his initiative of the 2 billion naira trade intervention fund, another 2 billion naira agri-development fund for petty traders and peasant farmers respectively to improve on their capacity. In Gombe, Usman Aliu, NTA News.
More than 85 million naira was realized at the official launch of the Buhari campaign fundraising held in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital. Correspondent Aminu Umar reports.
The highest donation came from Lanchas, APC governorship candidate in Jigawa, Alhaji Badr Abubakar, and a senatorial candidate of the party, Alhaji Sabo Muhammad Nakudu, with 5 million naira each. Associates of Sabo Nakudu also donated 50 million naira. Addressing the party supporters, Jigawa State Coordinator, Buhari Campaign Organization, Faruk Adamu Aliyu, urged them to be peaceful and respect every other's belief and interest. Faruk Adamu Aliyu, who allayed the fear of the donors, said, General Buhari is the only signatory of the account. He therefore appealed to those willing to donate to do so, as that will give them a sense of ownership to their government. Speakers at the lunch challenged party supporters to conduct themselves peacefully and utilize their voters' cards and vote for APC in the coming 2015 general elections. Representative of the National Women Leader, Hajia Rabi Ishaq, and State Women Leader of the APC, Hajia Binta Farunduse, urged women to utilize their number and make their impact both during the donation and election. The card is available at various denominations from 100 naira to 10,000 naira and is obtainable at Richard Card Vendors Point. From Dutse, Aminu Umar, NTA News.
And still on political matters, People's Democratic Party in Kwara State says it will accord each tier of governments its rightful position in the scheme of administration for an all-round development. The gubernatorial candidate for PDP in Kwara State, Simeon Ajibola, stated this at a briefing in Ilorin. Deborah Agbola has details.
acknowledged the support of his fellow contestants and elders of the party, assuring that the existing synergy and cooperation of members will effect positive change in Kwara State in 2015. The gubernatorial candidate commended traditional and religious rulers, law enforcement agencies, and the delegates for conducting their affairs peacefully during the primaries, and thereafter publicly declared his running mate.
As we all know, a bird can never fly with one wing. In this voyage, therefore, there is a need for a running mate. After having considered the opinion of our party leaders and members of the local, state, and national levels, I hereby present to you my running mate in person of Alhaji Ahmed Yinka.
Kwara State Chairman of PDP, Iyola Akogun, explained that contrary to the speculations in some quarters that the state PDP is in disarray, the state chairman says,
PDP has resolved this one through its own internal mechanism, and that is the truth.
Senator Simeon Ajibola, in company of his running mate and other party stalwarts, also paid a courtesy visit of the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, to seek his royal blessings. From Ilorin, Deborah Agbola, NTA News.
Yobe State Governor Alhaji Ibrahim Gaidam has inaugurated his 2015 re-election campaign organization with a mandate to deliver APC at all elective positions in the state. Mustafa Yusuf Musa reports that Governor Gaidam tasked the campaign organization to adopt the 2011 campaign strategy, which gave victory to APC at the polls.
Member Governor Ibrahim Gaidam 2015 campaign organization has some specific terms of reference to guide them achieve victory. These include mapping out elections campaign calendar, employing the services of social media to spread information, organizing a fundraising dinner, managing campaign finances, and ensuring that the APC win all elective offices in Yobe State, among others. Governor Ibrahim Gaidam noted that despite the security challenges bedeviling the state, his administration has recorded successes in the areas of youth empowerment and job creation, as over 20,000 youths with ND, NCE, degree, and HND have been trained and engaged by the state government. The governor explained that his government has recorded over 90% success of the 2011 electioneering campaign promises, even as the state has been bedeviled by the persistent Boko Haram attacks.
We have constructed a total of 911.9 kilometers of intra and inter-town road networks with full asphalt overlay.
In his acceptance speech, the Director General of the campaign organization, Alhaji Sidi Yakubu Kraswa, promised to deliver Yobe State to APC in all elective offices come 2015. In Damaturu, Mustafa Yusuf Musa, NTA News.
People's Democratic Party in Jigawa has flagged off its 2015 campaign in Dutse with a call on party members to play the game according to the rule. Correspondent Awal Muhammad reports that the occasion saw the formal presentation of party's governorship candidate to the people of the state. The report.
Hundreds of PDP supporters and members converged on Malang Amin Kano Triangle in Dutse to officially flag off its 2015 electioneering campaign. Governor Sulalamido charged party supporters not to relent in propagating the principles and ideology of PDP. He said Jigawa State has witnessed total transformation within his 2 terms as governor. He added that the people of Jigawa State are enlightened and therefore advised them to shun rumor.
So I urge our people in the north and those in the south who are fanatics of both Jonathan and Buhari that no Nigeria will die because of you.
The Jigawa State PDP governorship candidate Alhaji Aminu Ibrahim Ringim promised to consolidate on the achievements recorded by Governor Lamido. Highlight of the occasion was the presentation of flags to gubernatorial candidate, 3 Senate candidate, 11 House of Representatives candidates, and 30 House of Assembly candidates. Awal Muhammad, NTA News.
Demola is in our Lagos Network Center with more reports from that zone. Hello, Demola. Compliments of the season.
Same to you, Laurie. Good afternoon and welcome to Lagos. The usual rush to take advantage of the last-minute shopping, which comes with huge discounts, has become a targeted period for shoppers. Lynn Lenike went to the popular Idumota market in Lagos, where textiles and other materials are sold, to ascertain the situation.
As to the new year and the mood is high, it is the desire of everyone to enter into the new year looking dapper and admirable. This explains the rush for roadside clothes at the ever-busy Idumota market. Jingling of the bells signals that prices of the clothes have hit rock bottom. The rush is in tune with the tune.
Market situation is very good because customers are entering. Right, we are selling. So the market is moving well.
The market is okay. The prices are okay. At least people are selling off their goods just to travel and maybe to do 1 or 2 celebrations.
For the traders, it's not the best of time.
Nice is high and crate of goods is more expensive than before.
It's because of the Naira devaluation that causes inflation. That's what we are facing.
Even in the midst of economic upheaval, Nigerians are optimistic of a fruitful new year. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
More than 2,000 widows and physically challenged persons have been empowered in Kwara State. The wife of the state governor, Omolewa Ahmed, carried out the empowerment program in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Aisha Abubakar Yahya completes the story.
The physically challenged have over the years been facing various challenges, ranging from earning a living to securing a better future. Due to their status, widows are also faced with similar challenges in Africa, particularly in this country where they are stigmatized after losing their husbands. It is in view of all this that the wife of the Kwara State Governor, Mrs. Omolewa Ahmed, under her PETS project, Leah Foundation, decided to organize an empowerment program in this Yelutide season that will benefit both the physically challenged women and widows across the states. Beneficiaries were given refrigerators, deep freezers and generator sets, dryers, cooling containers, grinding and sewing machines, as well as cash. Wife of the Kwara State Governor and founder Leah Foundation, Mrs. Omolewa Ahmed, said the empowerment program, which has taken to all the 16 local government areas of the state, is born out of a passion to make women useful, both in their homes and the society as a whole.
We can create a better society and a better world and usher in the change that we all crave for.
Some of the beneficiaries spoke to NTA.
We appreciate the name of the Lord for what she has been doing, especially for the widows. Pray to God Almighty to continue to bless Omolewa.
There were goodwill messages from various women groups present at the events. In Ilorin, Aisha Abubakar Yahya, NTA News.
The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Rahman Bello, says the institution will continue to register breakthrough in research and academics. Professor Bello says this at a media briefing in Lagos to review academic activities of the university.
The Vice-Chancellor, who is using the media conference as a platform to reach out to the community, says the fight against Ebola is one which the university medical personnel and other health professionals in the country should be commended.
In terms of containment of the Ebola, the researches that have been carried out here were the ones that were exhibited to containing that situation and helping the government to contain it the way it is.
The direct effect of this feat, he says, is the invitation from the Harvard universities in the United States to the Provost College of Medicine, University of Lagos, to deliver a lecture on Ebola. The Vice-Chancellor says that the institution will continue to produce standard products that will match national and international standards.
Particularly for the University of Lagos this year, we have moved forward in terms of ensuring that our environment, the teaching segment, as well as all other sectors in the university are tuned to the programs of the university and to the plans of the university.
The Vice Chancellor says electronic learning has been introduced in all the academic activities of the universities. He also says he is proud to announce that UNILAG is the first university in Africa to produce the youngest PhD holder of 24 years old with a 5.00 cumulative grade point. He laid more emphasis on taking more people for distance learning program of the university. UNILAG, established in 1962 according to the Vice Chancellor, remains one of the foremost universities in Africa.
100 graduates have benefited from a 3-day intensive training program organized by the Subsidy Reinvestment Program and the Ministry of Finance. Tunde Saiki was at the closing ceremony of the graduate internship scheme held in Lagos.
A graduate internship scheme is aimed at empowering young graduates with basic skills that could be beneficial to them. For 12 months, 100 graduates in the Lagos area will be exposed to structured mentorship and orientational training aimed at making them self-reliant.
Within that 1 year, we have 2 trainings to give to them. This is one of the training, orientation training for the new one that's been engaged now.
A facilitator at the training, Mr. Yemi Oyeniyi, said the program targeted 50,000 Nigerians, but so far, over 20,000 people have benefited from the program.
The government found out that most of our graduates are non-employable because they don't have the practical skill needed.
Some of the beneficiaries told NTA News that the knowledge acquired from the 3 days training will go a long way to guide them throughout the 12 months internship training.
It enlightens graduates on what they are unable to learn in the school.
Kudos to Shopee and to the Ministry of Finance. Whoever put it up, it was well packaged and the delivery was perfect. I am very much impacted.
These young Nigerians have, for the past 3 days, undergone internship training to acquire the basic employable skills in life. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
And that does it from Lagos. It's back to you, Laurie, for more on Nationwide. Compliments.
Thank you, Demola. The federal government has declared Friday, the 2nd of January 2015, as public holiday to mark Eid al-Maulud celebration. Thursday the 1st has earlier been declared as public holiday to mark the new year. In a statement signed by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Interior, Magaji Abubakar, the Minister of Interior urged Muslim faithful and all Nigerians to pray for peace and unity of the country. The minister also urged the people to engage in violent-free activities in the runoff to the 2015 general election. 40 convicts of the Kuje Medium Security Prison are to be set free soon following the commencement of review of their cases. The gesture is courtesy of the senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, Philip Aduda, who has made funds available to pay for the optional fines slammed against their offences. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The visit of Senator Philip Aduda to the Kuje prison is to basically support government's ongoing efforts to decongest the prisons. To this end, cases of convicts whose option of fines range from 1 to 100,000 naira are to be reviewed in court for subsequent release. 25 of such convicts filed out to express their appreciation to the senator using the music instruments he provided them.
Now the prison will process the necessary documentation and ensure your freedom.
Senator Philip Aduda's visit was also to felicitate with the inmates in the spirit of the Yuletide. He presented bags of rice, mattresses and pillows. The rest are assorted drugs, household needs and a promise to deliver 2 sewing and grinding machines before the end of the week.
We'll continue to come here so that we can find out those who are in need and that we can help.
The controller of prison FCT Command, Suraj Olarinde, and the officer in charge of Kuje Prison, Musa Tanko, lauded the philanthropic disposition of Senator Aduda.
Prisons all over the world is a capital-intensive project, and the government cannot do it alone. So it is through the goodwill and support of distinguished members of society like your good selves that we continue to try.
So, distinguished Senator, sir, we thank you sincerely. Thank you, sir.
Chairman of Kuje Area Council, Ishaku Shaban, and other dignitaries enjoined the inmates not to be deterred by their situation, but expressed the hope that they will come out better reformed. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Natural and human-induced disasters, especially terrorism, are some of the challenges that Nigeria has had to grapple with in recent times. And the outcome is displacement of several people, forcing them to become refugees. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday was at one of the internally displaced camps at New Kuchigoro, Abuja, and reports.
Nigerian armed forces and other security agencies battle to contain the insurgents and ensuring that peace returns to the northeast of the country. The people of Gwaza in Borno State have been forced to flee their homes, and some have found their way to this camp.
These people here have not crossed any international border to become a refugee, but that is the life they are living in the new Kuchingoro internally displaced persons camp.
No place like home. There's no place like home. We want to go back by the grace of God.
So they may not know the source of this water, but this is where they drink and even wash their clothes.
If you go up small, you will see the place that we don't repair to take the water, the drinking water. This place, if you want to bath, you can come here and bath. If you want to wash your clothes, you can take the water and wash your clothes. This is the only water that we are using it here.
When we contacted NEMA about this, they responded and they have brought a lot of relief materials to them. But I think we all need to still do more, both from the federal government and other good-spirited Nigerians.
Ajiga Daniel is one out of 10 pregnant women in the camp. And on our arrival, one of the volunteers said his NGO has been giving support to them.
I've been feeling pains in my back and abdomen.
Within few minutes, Ajiga Daniel was on her way to the hospital for delivery. Looking at the harsh weather and other factors, how soon are they expecting some relief?
The National Emergency Management Agency, in collaboration with the FCT administration and other critical stakeholders in this issue. We want to bring them together in one place so that we can now cater for them adequately. That is through camping them and managing them.
Okay, in a
and
nutshell,
that is coming very, very soon.
They are appealing to government to come to their aid in order to prevent any spread of disease by providing them with basic social amenities for the period they will be at the temporary camp. In Abuja, Adebola Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
Nigerians have been advised to give back to the society part of what God has given to them. Governor Willie Obiano gave the advice at Umweri during Senator Ima Anosike's Christmas party for widows and disabled. Ekwi Ejido was there and reports that hundreds of widows and physically challenged persons from Anambra Senatorial District went home rejoicing.
Anosike had provided about 50 physically challenged persons with wheelchairs and 200,000 naira for their transportation back home, while the over 500 widows got an abada material each and a quarter bag of rice with condiments for cooking the rice. Governor Willie Obiano, represented on the occasion by his Chief of Staff, Professor Joe Nwansike, thanked the donor, noting that though he is not vying for any political position, still deemed it necessary to give back to the society in appreciation to God's benevolence. Earlier, the donor Senator Ima Anosike, who had called for prayers for President Goodluck Jonathan and the country, especially during the electioneering period, promised that the gesture will be a continuous one.
I do these things every year, trying to touch the life of the widows and less privileged, and this, by God's grace, this time around I had to add the cripple. I'm also doing it as a point of contact for us Nigerians to look at the correct picture, that everybody around Nigeria today should be able to pray for Nigeria, pray for peace.
The chairman on the occasion and a one-time local government chairman in the old Anambra local government area, Chief Iman Nacho, described the present administration in the state and Senator Anosike as Messiah that hearkens to the cry of the people and goes the extra mile towards solving their problems. Chief Joe Ofokansi and Igwe Rolando Debo of Nteje lauded the gesture and implored the donor to be steadfast in assisting the people. Some of the beneficiaries thanked Senator Anasike for giving them the opportunity to have a feel of the Christmas celebration and urged other wealthy individuals to emulate him.
While we wait for the
As part of activities to mark the end of 2014, Voice of Restoration Assembly hosted members and the host community to a party. Correspondent Basi Ita Ikbang reports that the occasion, which brought together both Muslim and Christians, had motherless babies as special guests.
Of merrymaking with thanksgiving to God for his mercy and faithfulness throughout the year. Pastor Jesse Ekon noted that the get-together is to appreciate God as well as the host community for a peaceful coexistence throughout the year.
God has been so faithful. I mean, there are those who started this year from January till October, and by November they are nowhere to be found. But God has kept us alive, and we are here. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, this calls for celebration.
So happy. We appreciate the pastor, we appreciate all the members and all the other pastors for always inviting the orphanage to join in their celebration.
The forum featured praise worship, jokes, choreography, and special renditions from motherless babies, Fakado Home.
You're watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Time to pause for some messages. The news continues in a moment. Don't go away.
Good people of Nigeria, ours is a great country. We may have been ravaged by the tragedies of civil war, corruption, and new terrorism. Let us, as good citizens of our great and beloved Nigeria, unite behind our president, Goodluck Jonathan, to eradicate terrorism and corruption, to make Nigeria safer, stronger, and better. God has blessed Nigeria with a tolerant and listening president. We cannot risk dictatorship now. Let us, through Christmas, march safe and secure in love into the new year of hope, promise, and destiny. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, good people of Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Vote Goodluck Jonathan and Namadi Sambo for 2015. Vote PDP. Courtesy, Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria, TAN.
We said to you, we really love you. Thank you for being with us.
Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
2013, John Obi Mikel of Chelsea Football Club and Super Eagles midfielder was crowned Nigeria's king of the pitch, and His Excellency Senator Leon Imoke, CON, Football Friendly Governor of the Year. Who will be Nigeria's king of football? Matchmakers Consult International and Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, presents the Nigerian Pitch Awards 2014 and its Night of Honors. Who will dethrone Vincent Iyama as Goalkeeper of the Year? Can Emmanuel Emenike remain Nigeria's Striker of the Year? year. Mikano Pillars remain Nigeria's best club side. In 2013, you voted Super Eagles coach Stephen Kesh as coach of the year. Toyin Ibitoye, Football Journalist of the Year TV. Adeojo Kere, Football Journalist of the Year Print. Bimbo Adeola, Football Journalist of the Year Radio. Chief Felix Anyansi, Manager of the Year. Guinness Nigeria PLC, Best Corporate Sponsor of Football of the Year. And Lagos State, a state with the best grassroots football development program. Nigeria Peach Awards, Nigeria's own football award.
Do you crave class? Do you have taste? And do you care about comfort? If you do, then for your next event, a stay away from home, a business trip, or a holiday, visit Jade's Hotel at 24 Undola Crescent, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. Check out our world-class services, exquisite suites, restaurant and bar, gymnasium, spa and grills, and our outdoor catering services and cuisines. At Jade's, it can only be better. For bookings and reservations, visit us today at 24 Undola Crescent, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja, or visit www.jadeshotels.com. Our email address is info@jadeshotels.com. You can also call us on 09291-9321 or 0810-909-7956. Jade's Hotels. Welcome to life.
Transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Change is never easy. It was not easy for Dr. Martin Luther King when Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew transformed Singapore from third world to first world. It was not easy. They stoned him. It was not easy for Nelson Mandela.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
It was not easy for Barack Obama. Nothing worthwhile ever is. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew did it. Nelson Mandela did it. Barack Obama did it. Goodluck Jonathan is doing it. He is transforming Nigeria. Mr. President, keep doing it. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
We said to you, we really love you. Thank you for being with us.
Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Welcome back. Top on the agenda of the National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, at the beginning of 2014 was to create further awareness on its activities with a view to attracting the much-desired investors, thereby stimulating economic activities on the waterways. With almost 12 months gone, Zainab Banu tells us how the journey has been.
In spite of the federal government's huge spending over the years on the dredging of the nation's rivers and channels to provide an alternative and cheaper mode of transportation for goods and services through the waterways, investors' response is still a far cry from expectation. This, observers say, may not be unconnected with the lack of the investors' confidence in the safety and security of their while on the waters as a result of the activities of pirates.
Security, the safety must be guaranteed by the government for the investors.
CIPA has made the plying of these waterways very difficult.
A challenge NIWA took up to address in 2014, first by convening a seminar in Lagos with all security agents.
The government is doing all it can to really assist us. Some of them in the area of gunboats.
Safety is guaranteed because at the moment we are working alongside the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Marine Police. Recently I had to take a visit to Chief of Defense Staff to seek for his cooperation and his help. So at the moment he has even given us some JTF that we are working along with. We also went to the Chief of Naval Staff. We're even looking at how we can give them support by giving them some patrol boats to enhance their activities.
Another stakeholders seminar was also held in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, to propose a water transportation code for all water users.
This is something that we are indeed need in this country. It is not only the federal government that is concerned about having this code, even the states.
NIWA went further by going around riverine communities in Niger, Ondo, Lagos, Bayelsa and Rivers to create awareness on the proposed safety code by also donating thousands of life jackets and other instructional materials on the need for safety on water.
Most of the life jackets are given free, and we not only give them out, we teach them how to use them. Because in future there will be regulations that will now make it mandatory for everybody to have a life jacket.
But the stakeholders also raised concerns about multiple taxation besides the stipulated annual charges by NIWA.
Every community that borders the waterway thinks that the waterway belongs to him in particular, not to NIWA. You get to a local government. The local government has already commissioned some revenue collectors. They come by boat, they intercept you. You show your receipt from NIWA. They say no. We have to collect revenue for our local government.
Very serious issue that I think the only way we can handle this is to call a stakeholders meeting, that is people involved in this multiple taxation, so that everybody knows his or her responsibility.
In all, both the stakeholders and NIWA agreed that the steps taken are in the right direction. Zainab Banu, NTA News.
Nigerians from diverse backgrounds have passed a vote of confidence on the nation's socio and economic development in 2014, but insist that there is room for improvement. This was the consensus of some Nigerians on NTA Current Affairs program Tuesday Live.
The panelists say Nigeria is blessed with abundant material and human resources, enough to lead the world, but requires a frog jump to make up lost opportunities in the country's journey so far.
To create a great civilization. And that means they must set standard. Like Niccolo Machiavelli said, you have to set your goal beyond your target. Like Abraham Lincoln said, you cannot walk on a beaten path and expect to make a difference. You've got to burn and thirst for distinction.
On security, they urge Nigerians to support the security agencies through sharing information and quality moral support for their selfless service.
Terrorism is new to Nigeria. Now, the law enforcement officers initially were on the back foot, but now they're beginning to catch up to understand the techniques, understand who are the sympathizers, who are the sponsors, who are the propagandists. Now, it's very important for us to know that Nigerian government has still got a lot to do about terrorism, but we need to be able to understand how do we protect the rights of the victims.
The panelists also observed that the last national conference convened by President Goodluck Jonathan is a milestone in the nation's history, as it provides opportunity to all areas of the country to highlight their problems.
The national conference, which brought in a lot of people from every representation, both from the civil society, from the government all over the country. There were people that were represented, and the challenge is that what is going to be the outcome of that document that they have produced? When is it going to be implemented, and how is it going to be implemented?
The panel also advised the political leaders to be more focused on issues of national interest and avoid pandering to any selfish group.
The amalgamation of Nigeria is a big plus for our people, and for the citizens out there. They've done well. They've stayed together, they've been united, they've understood themselves, they've tried to work together. The only problem we have is the political leaders who are bringing ethnic and religious sentiment into the game.
In all, they noted that the economy is getting better, but deliberate policies must be made to mainstream the economic improvement of Nigerians. In Abuja, Bonaventure Wood, NTA News.
Minister of Aviation Osita Chidoka has promised sustained transformation in the sector that will ensure improvement in the safety of the nation's airspace, as well as security and comfort of passengers. In a statement ushering in the new year, the aviation minister stated that the initiatives of the Jonathan administration aimed at transforming the sector have started bearing fruits, with the coming on stream of more private airline operators, newer aircrafts and improved passenger service. He observed that the retention of Nigeria's Category 1 status by the United States Aviation Authority remains one of the major achievements of the sector, pointing out that efforts are on to ensure that the nation's airports are among the 10 best in Africa. The aviation minister pleaded with Nigerians to keep faith with the administration to ensure sustenance of the gains in 2015. Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu inspects projects in Enugu. This and more as we join Ngozi in our Enugu Network Center. Hello Ngozi, it's good to see you.
Hello Lawe, and compliments of a season. The Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu says he would liaise with other stakeholders to ensure that the 9th Mile Corner Road in Enugu State is rehabilitated to ensure free flow of traffic in the area. He said this while on an inspection of some road projects in Enugu State. Chinenye now reports.
Speaking after inspecting the ongoing work at the major road leading to Amagu from Nkwo Agana Ezagu, the Deputy Senate President expressed his gratitude to the people of Ezagu for their sustained support, promising to deal with other developmental challenges facing them within the next 4 years.
I'd like to assure this community that before this time next year, we'll be able to have asphalt overlay on that road.
Senator Ike Ekweremadu lamented the traffic congestion he witnessed for several hours at the 9th Mile Corner Road on his way to Ezagu and promised to ensure free flow of movement next Yuletide.
I want to tell you people that by Christmas next year, there will be no problem in 9th Mile.
Before he arrived at the project site at Amandim Olu, the lawmaker was received at Akamoe by men, women and youth of the community. Senator Ekweremadu also paid a courtesy visit to the deposed Igwe Hafod Agana of Amandim Olu and promised to resolve all the issues that led to his dethronement as the traditional ruler of the community. From Ezagu, Chinenye, NTA News.
Wife of Ebonyi State Governor Mrs. Josephine Elechi has enjoined the people to imbibe the spirit of giving, especially to the less privileged. She said this during the 2014 Christmas Carol Day organized by the Christian Association of Nigeria, Ebonyi State Chapter. Ijoma Peter Wante reports.
Competing choir from various denominations at the event were drawn from the 13 local government areas of the state. The wife of the state governor, Mrs. Josephine Elechi, in her Christmas message enjoined the people not to relent in giving to the less privileged this Christmas season. Earlier in a sermon, the state chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Nshi, urged the people to always cultivate the attitude of praising God. The 10 choirs entertained the guests with songs as well as the Hallelujah song by the Olive Choir and the Government House Choir. The 2014 choral celebration was also witnessed by the General Manager of Nigerian Television Authority, Abakaliki, Mrs. Ekwoma Akwiwu, and some traditional rulers. In Abakaliki, Ijoma Peter Wante, NTA News.
Parents have been advised to live exemplary lives as children tend to copy very early in life what they do. This was a central message at the Children's Christmas Party organized by NTA Enugu Network Center. Amakawu reports.
It was indeed a day of joy for children as NTA Enugu Network Center treated them to a party and birthday for children born in the month of December. Igwe Samson Namani, members of his cabinet, and Wadibo 2013 and 2014, Ms. Ijoma Mbono graced the occasion. It was all fun and games for the children, as they've participated in some games like egg race and chair dance. There are performances by some upcoming artists entertained the kids. Climax of the event was the cutting of a big NTA Christmas cake. In Enugu.
That's the much we can take from our Enugu Network Center. And on the international scene, New Zealand, the first country to welcome the year 2015 as other countries await its arrival. And a cargo ship suspected to be carrying about 700 migrants arrived Italian port after it was abandoned to crash. Details with Musa Baba Aliyu.
1st January 2015 in New Zealand and Australia. A giant clock in Auckland counted down the minutes when fireworks erupted. People have lined up in the shore of Sydney in the preparation for the city's famous fireworks. Celebration plans have been muted in Indonesia, however, in the wake of the Air Asia flight QZ8501 crash. A cargo ship believed to be carrying around 700 migrants arrived Italian port as the authorities had taken control of the ship, which was abandoned by its crew members. It is not clear where the ship had set off from, although there were unconfirmed reports that the ship was from Turkey. It was suspected that smugglers and human traffickers who organized the trip abandoned the ship before they reached shore to avoid arrest. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And talking sports, 2 countries release final list for AFCON 2015 in Equatorial Guinea as Mani Silik pulls out of Brisbane International ahead of the Australian Open. Correspondent Amanzi Marcus reports.
With just over 2 weeks to the kickoff of the Africa Cup of Nations in Equatorial Guinea, without Nigeria's Super Eagles, the defending champions, South Africa have released their final list of players for the competition. Despite being a regular for Ajax and playing in the Champions League, midfielder Tulani Sorero is left out of the party, as coach Ephraim Mashaba explains there are better players. In another surprise decision, Guinea have recalled Trabzonspor of Turkey player Kevin Constant and will play in Equatorial Guinea after announcing his international retirement due to lack of resources and poor relationship with colleagues. Meanwhile, a full complement of 10 English Premier League matches will be decided on New Year Day. Stoke City, who defeated West Bromwich Albion 2-0 in Week 19, are at home against Manchester United, who played goalless with Tottenham Hotspur in their last match. Southampton played a 1-0 draw with Chelsea to move to 4th on the log in Week 19 and will fancy victory over Arsenal. Chelsea are leading the pack with 46 points from 19 matches, followed by Manchester City. Among the bottom 5 are West Bromwich Albion, Hull City and Leicester. Barcelona have reacted to the FIFA ban on their transfer of players, saying the decision is disproportionate and excessive. Barcelona's president Jose Maria Bartomeu acknowledged errors were made, but attributed such to a conflict between the laws of FIFA and Spain. The president disclosed they will study the Court of Arbitration ruling confirming the FIFA ban and possibly appeal to a Swiss federal court.
FIFA and its president should protect the football world, but with decisions like this, they deviate from their objective. We do not feel supported or protected by those who should be doing so.
And just before we go, remember, it is your right to challenge anybody suspected to be involved in unwholesome activities around you. Be security conscious. This message is from the Directorate of State Security. And that's our package on Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Join us at 7 and 9 for more reports. Good evening.